So if you are looking to use social media to grow your cleaning business, this video is for you. I want to share my opinion and my thoughts on what I think will serve you best. And this could apply really to all of the common platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc. Now, a lot of cleaning business owners have social media, but what that basically means is they have a page that's collecting dust. Their last post was maybe from several years ago. And if we're being honest, it's not really getting them any business. So perhaps that's you. I'm gonna dive into some of the most effective things that I've noticed when it comes to getting new clientele and expanding your business. One of the very first things I would recommend is simply to make sure your profile is actually optimized. Simply going to your profile and making sure that your bio is filled out with all of the proper information is a good first start. So if we take a look at Facebook, for example, your business page, one of the first things that people should read in the description is what services you guys offer, what cities you service or counties you service. Same thing with Instagram. If someone comes to your profile, in your actual profile title or name, it should say something along the lines of blank cleaning company or maid service or carpet cleaner, etc. Should also have the locations that you guys service. Another thing to include in your profile description is your USP, also known as unique selling proposition. So if a prospective client is reading your bio, what specifically about your service is going to entice them to want to check you out? It's also a great idea in your description to link to your website or your funnel where people could actually do business with you. This can not only be in your description itself, but even on the banner image on, let's say, something like Facebook or even YouTube, you could have something where it entices people to check out your websites with some type of call to action. So now that we've covered the basics of really just optimizing your profile, let's actually start talking about the content, because this is where really the meat and potatoes of your social media profile lives. Whether you're doing the posting yourself or you hire a social media management company, I want you guys to be careful with having a bunch of stock photos on your profile. And here's the reason why. Prospective clients are connecting with you on social media in the first place is because they want to learn more about your service. That means they want to learn more about you as the business owner and your employees, potentially some of your current clients that you work with, not the same stock photo of a maid that's on thousands of other Instagram accounts. So this is one of the unfortunate things about social media management companies. Not all of them, but some of them will simply just recycle the same content for so many other companies, and there's nothing to really differentiate your profile from someone else. So think of all of the things that you guys can do to really humanize your brand. Like I said, getting comfortable with being on camera, you as the business owner, is a great first step. And this isn't something you can learn overnight, but it is something that will pay dividends in the future. Same thing with your staff, with your clients, getting them on camera as much as possible. And that should really be a big portion of your social media strategy. Now, of course, other things that you guys can post is really just adding value to your potential clients. So doing stuff like DIY video clips or photos, how-to videos, day-to-day operations. It could be going to community events, doing charity, doing leisurely activities with your cleaning team if you guys do that as a company. All of these things are excellent at humanizing your brand and actually build a little bit more credibility with your business, because after all, potential clients, if they need a cleaning service, they want to connect with a company, not a corporate looking image. So now let's talk about some posting best practices. One of the most common questions that I hear is, Evan, I don't know what to post on social media. Or how do I get in the habit of consistently posting on social media? I want to preface this by thinking about this as basically a recycling loop. If we take 4 categories of content between email and SMS promotions, blog or written articles, videos, and social media coming at the last, all of these can essentially be repurposed for all of these different platforms. Let's say that you guys launch a new email marketing campaign. That same piece of content can be repurposed into an Instagram or Facebook post. You could also use that same piece of content to film a YouTube video, for example, or a video that can go on Instagram or TikTok. Likewise, if you guys have a blog article on your website, you can turn that into a social media post or an email blast, etc. So when you start thinking about it like this, suddenly coming up with content feels less like a chore, because now you could see how far it could really travel and help your company. In terms of posting frequency, People have different opinions on this. I think if you're just starting out, just getting in the habit of dedicating 2 days a week to post on all your social media platforms is a good idea, because after all, these platforms do favor accounts that post more frequently, but it's better to be consistent doing 2 times a week than, let's say, doing 5 posts for 1 week and then nothing for the next 3 months. So get into these small habits. Another thing with posting is to try and leverage what I call secondary posting as much as possible. So this is doing things like posting on your story frequently. And again, this should be very humanized things, like going to the store to pick up supplies or just cleaning someone's home. You know, things that people can actually relate to. If we look at YouTube, for example, they have what's called community posts, where anytime you have a new update with your company, these are great things that you could post on there. Same thing with just doing standard Facebook posts with text. All of these things that seem very minute can really provide to be useful content for your followers. Another tip is to make sure that you're tagging locations and using hashtags, especially with Instagram, as much as possible. If you have potential clients that are connected with you on social media and they could see a post with the location tag, they're much more likely to approach you to get an estimate because they know you're local. Not to mention, sometimes people, when they're looking in the Explore pages and they're searching for a specific city, well, that's free advertising that your business just potentially came up for. Now, the one last tip that I'll recommend is to leverage engagement as much as possible. So it has been proven that when users stop on your video or your photo and spend more time to watch it, the algorithm is not only gonna show more of your content to these people, but the platform itself will reward you as a user on their network. And it creates a snowball effect where now that same piece of content will be prioritized on more people's feeds at the top of the screen. When you could include call to actions, even in your Facebook post or Instagram post, where it says, comment below, share this with someone who you think might find this valuable, that is just a great way to create that snowball effect and potentially reach other clients with that one organic post. So that is pretty much it. Now, there are dozens of other social media strategies in terms of growing your business organically, but this video would be way too long if we went over all of them. So I just wanted to cover the ones that will probably provide you the best return on your time. If you found this video helpful, you know what to do. Hit the like button below, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.